I'm really pleased that you've taken some time out of your day to come and join me here. My name's Hayley, and I'm going to be taking you through these creating learning groups, and particularly for differentiated learning, whether that is going to be in your class as part of your different subject areas, or whether that's going to be sort of in sort of the bubble scenario. In the current situation that we've got going on, if you've got different students in different bubbles in your classroom. So that is what we're going to be going through today. Okay, so what we're going to be looking at essentially is the groups function. You may have used this before, you may have sort of dabbled in it, but not knowing the full extent of what it can do. But this is where we're going to sort of relay our focus. And then we're just going to be looking at a couple of areas sort of following on from that will support you in this new academic year. Now, if we're going through and you've got any questions for me, on your screen, you will find that there is a Q&A button. Please feel free to type a question into that, and I will be happy to answer those for you as we're going along. You can do that anonymously as well, so if you don't want me to see your name, you can do that anonymously. Alternatively, at the very end, I will provide you with my email address, and you can get in touch with me that way instead if you prefer. Also, just to let you know, the account I'm going to be using is a made-up school, so please do not worry about breaking any GDPR today. All of the names of students and staff that you will see are all made up. Right, I think that is just about everything. So we shall head over to educationcity.com where we can get started. And here we are. So here I am logged into my school. Now, when you're logged in, you may sort of want to use the classic view as it appears here, or you may want to use the new view. It all does exactly the same. Don't worry which one you are using. I just prefer the new one. So I'm going to click on this ribbon just here. I just think everything's a bit easier here. So that's why I use this page. And for our groups area, we need to head over to the users. So here where it says add and edit users, or it may just say users if you are a teacher logging into your account. Clicking on that, you can see I've got my students set up, my teachers set up, and my administrator all set up on my account. Really important that you have those set up so that you can use the grouping function and many of the other features associated with Education City. Things like the assessment and the activities that are marked for you will only get done if the children are logging in. So it's really, really important that you get your users set up. If you don't know how to do that, we do have some help in our help centre again, or alternatively, you can sort of get in touch with us and we'll be happy to send you through the video of how to get that done. Our groups function, as you can see over the last tab on the end here, that will open up our groups. And you can see I've got a couple of groups going on already for different classes, as well as for different areas such as pupil premium or pupil equity funded students, SEND students just there. And you can even use this for students EAL or on free school meals to keep a track of their progress, as well as obviously for your day-to-day teaching and learning. Now, the rule of these groups here is that you can have as many groups as you need to have. So do not worry about using them all up. You've got a number of groups that you can work with here. Plus, a child can belong to as many groups as you can think of. This means that obviously you could have a child in a couple of groups, and maybe your TA could have a couple of that child in a couple of groups as well, and it doesn't matter. So please don't worry about having one child in too many groups. So we've got all our groups here. If you want to create a group, we click onto add group. Now, I don't know if you saw there, you can see quite a few groups going on there. So it's always worthwhile to pop your initials at the front or your class name at the front. So I'm going to pop in 2TS. And then you might want to call this a subject area, or even the name of that particular group that you've got going on in that particular subject area. So these are going to be my minutes children. You can see how I differentiated that there. There we go. You might have your seconds children, your hours children, your days children, but these are going to be my minutes children. There we go. And we're obviously learning about time here. So I could put that in here, time unit groups. Now the notes area is just for me. The children won't see that. This is just for you to remember why you've created that group in the first instance. So these might be my time minute group and my middle ability pupils. And then we can search for pupils via their name. Alternatively, if I know that I'm just looking for students in my class, I can type in my class name, search those students, and you'll see all of the students in that year group will appear. And you can hover over to see what group students are already in, just there. And then you can select the students that you're after by clicking in the box next to their name and moving them across. And you can see now students in this group, there they are, just there. Again, if you decide that actually I don't want to call it that, I want to call it something a bit different, you can do that. You can edit things as you're going along as well. When you're happy, make sure that you save. And then it will tell you that that group has been created. Oh, sorry. But if you have a group that has the same name, it won't let you save. So the good thing about that is that if I just head backwards along our breadcrumb trail, if I'm trying to recreate that same group, instead of recreating, I can delete it. Alternatively, what I can do is head into that group and just slightly edit the students that are here. So I could go to my year 4 students and I could maybe take out Hannah, and instead I'm going to add in Cameron. I'm just going to save updating as you go, so you don't have to delete as you go along. You can, if you want to, simply click in the box next to that group, actions, and delete, and that will delete that group for you. So you can sort of edit, update, delete, restart if you wish to. So that is all about the grouping function. As I mentioned earlier, you can use that for differentiation within your class, within the different subjects area, or even with different bubbles of students. As you can see there, I've got a bubble 1 group just there as well. And this comes in really handy, if I head back to the home page, in terms of setting work, because you can head in and you'll find that the groups are there on the Students tab. Also really handy if you are having a look to see the last time your students logged in, because you can have a look for those different groups just there and have a look at the last time that they were logged into their accounts and completing their work. Plus, it means that when you head into the success tracker and you start to track student progress, you can go in and let me just pop a date there through to there. Oh, sorry, bear with me. There we go. We can have that group just there as well as a class or individual pupil. Now, the great thing about that means that you can, let's go for my, oh, sorry, classes. I'm going to go for my year 4 students just here. And you can see everything they've done in terms of the activities and assessments. Remember, they get marked for you. But I can also edit the columns as well as editing the pupils that I'm looking at. So if I do just want to look at my Gryffindor pupils, I can update and have a look where they are at just there. Same goes if I want to have a look at my Slytherin pupils, I can have a look at what they've been up to as well. So you can have a look, and remember you can export this data too. So really good for reporting purposes there. And that grouping function comes in very, very handy. that is just about everything for us today. Please do explore, and as I mentioned earlier, get in touch if you've got any questions for us at all. You can send us an email just there, and we really do look forward to hearing from you. If you joined in this webinar a little bit late, do not worry, because all of our webinars are also recorded and they can be found on our website. Thank you ever so much for taking the time out to join me today. I do look forward to seeing you next time. Take care and stay safe. Bye bye.